Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my viewers, to my subscribers, and to all the members of UC Marinos. This is at your service, Chipmate John Ray Serum, and today I will be discussing all about how to calculate the longitude in and from. Now we have the video already created about the difference of longitude, and this is in continuation of that video. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button, and also do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you will be updated for our future videos to be uploaded soon. Alright, so again, this is just the continuation of the difference of longitude. The difference, the longitude in is the longitude of arrival, while the longitude from is the longitude to which the vessel came from.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
So let's have a little bit of review of the illustration, in which it is very helpful to use in order for us to easily understand the concept of the longitude in and longitude from. Also, again, it is used in understanding easily the calculation of the difference of longitude. We have the prime meridian, which is 00 degrees, and the 180th meridian, because we only have 00 degrees to 180 degrees, both west and east side of the globe. Then please take note of these arrows, no? So if we have the blue arrow here, which is pointed towards the counterclockwise direction, then the direction is said to be westerly. But if we have this green arrow here, and it is pointing towards the clockwise direction, it means that we have an easterly direction. So please take note of the color differences of these arrows so that we will be guided in solving our problems regarding longitude in and longitude from. So let's start with our first problem. So in our first problem, we have here a ship from a place A, which has the longitude of 15 degrees 10 minutes west, made a 03 degrees 55 minutes westerly difference of longitude. Now we must find the longitude in, or the longitude of arrival. So we have here the longitude, which is already given, the longitude where we came from, which is 15 degrees 10 minutes west, and our difference of longitude, we have the westerly direction, and we have the value, which is 03 degrees 55 minutes. So how can we be able to calculate this one, since we are from west and then our direction is going easterly? Then we should add these two. So therefore we have 19 degrees, then since we have 10 degrees and 55, so adding these two would become 65, and we should subtract 65 to 60 in order for us to obtain 1 degree, in which we have added in the 15 plus 3, which is 18, then the 60 minutes or the 1 degree to be added in the value, which is equal to 19 degrees, right? So I hope that this do not confuse you, since this is very basic. Again, we have 65, and then we subtract 60 to 65. That is why we only have 5. So where did the 60 will be? So where we are going to put the 60 minutes? So since we have only 15 plus 3, that is only 18. So since 60 minutes is equivalent to 1 degree, that's why we have to add the 1 degree to 18. That's why we have 19. Alright. So in order for us to understand it very well, we will be using our diagram. So we have the longitude to which we came from, which is 15 degrees. So this unbroken line here represents 15 degrees. I hope that you will understand that this is not correctly 15 degrees, but let us just assume that this is 15 degrees coming from the origin, which is 0 degrees. So this is 15 degrees. Let's assume. And then we have the difference of longitude, which is how much? We have 3 degrees 55 minutes westerly. So since westerly, so that's why we are using the blue arrow here to indicate the direction of westerly, which is counterclockwise direction. So by adding, so we will have the value of 19 degrees 5 minutes west. Okay, so this broken arrow line here. So this is the 19 degrees 5 minutes still west, because we are still in the west side of the globe. Alright, so next example, a vessel sails from a place A in longitude 05 degrees 35 minutes east. So in the opposite side now, we are having the opposite side, which is the east side, opposite from our first example. And it makes a difference of longitude, which is 07 degrees 45 minutes westerly. So take note of the direction, westerly. So it means this is going counterclockwise. Now find the longitude in. It means that we are going to figure out what is the longitude of arrival. So in this example, since we have a westerly direction, so we have 05 degrees and 35 minutes east. So since we are on the east side of the globe and our direction is westerly, and then we have the value of 07 degrees 45 minutes, which is greater than the value of the longitude of origin, which is 05 degrees 35 minutes east. Now take note that we started from 00 degrees only, no? So which means that we are going to the opposite side now. And you're going to understand that once we have already the illustration. Now, we are going to subtract this in order for us to determine what will be the longitude of arrival. Right? So, upon subtracting, we will have 2 degrees and 10 minutes. So, this is very easy since we are going just to subtract 45 to 35 and 7 to 5. So, that's why we have 2 degrees and 10 minutes. For sine west, we have the sine west because, as I said, we only have 0 degrees. So we started from 0 degrees and we have the longitude of origin which is 5, which means that we are moving on the opposite side since we have a westerly or counterclockwise direction. So to fully understand what I am talking with, let us have the illustration. So let's assume that this one is the longitude of origin or the longitude from, which is 5 degrees and 5 degrees and 35 minutes east, right? Then we have the difference of longitude, which is 7 degrees and 45 minutes westerly. So westerly, so which means that we are going on a counterclockwise direction. That's why we have the color blue arrow to coincide the westerly direction in our diagram, right? So as I have mentioned to you, we only have up until 0 degrees. So if we have 5 degrees here, so how much would be the value for the opposite side if we have already 5 degrees here and then we have 7 degrees of difference of longitude. So the this broken line here represents the uh, longitude of arrival. So that's why we have subtracted it in order for us to determine how much is the value for this one, and we have 2 degrees 10 minutes west. So based on our um, illustration, you can easily understand why is it that the symbol or design becomes west, since we have the uh, origin from east, simply because we are going on a westerly direction and we have passed through the prime meridian. That's why we have already on the opposite side of the globe, which is on the west side. Alright, so let us not make things complicated. So that's why we have the illustration in order for us to fully understand the answer. Because if you understand this illustration, it would be much more easier for you to answer this one without any confusion. That's why I have included in every example the illustrations. So please bear with me. We still have many examples left. We have another example here. A vessel sailed from longitude 175 degrees 01 minute 32 seconds east and made a difference of longitude of 22 degrees 05 minutes 35 seconds easterly. Find the longitude of arrival or longitude N. Alright, so in this case, we have 175 degrees 01 minute 32 seconds east. So again, please take note that we only have the limitation of longitude, which is 180, and we have a difference of longitude, which is 22 degrees 05 minutes 35 seconds easterly. So it means that it is going on a clockwise direction. So in this case, we are going to subtract. We are going to add this one first. We are going to add the value of difference of longitude to the place of longitude of origin or longitude from, and then we are going to subtract the answer to 360 degrees in order for us to determine longitude of arrival. So we have to add first 197 degrees 07 minutes 07 seconds, is that would be the answer, right? So it should be subtracted to 360 degrees because we don't have a longitude which is more than 180 degrees. So that is why the answer for the longitude of arrival is 162 degrees 52 minutes 53 seconds west. Now the question is, why is it that the sign becomes west, since the longitude of the longitude of departure or the origin is on the east side? Simply because we have the limitation of 180 degrees and the remaining value would be on the other side. So to further understand what I am talking with, I have prepared here another illustration for the particular problem. So let us assume that this is our place of origin or the longitude from, which is 178 degrees 178 degrees. I'm sorry, I am very sorry for this one. So okay, so um, this is the longitude of um, origin, the 178 degrees 45 minutes west, right? So since the direction of the difference of longitude is westerly, which means that we are going on a counterclockwise direction. So since we have the limitation of 180 degrees only, so the remaining value or the remaining angle would be the value for the longitude of arrival, right? So um, again we came here and then we arrive here at this broken line. So this is the 168 degrees 05 minutes 49 seconds east. So this is the story behind or the explanation behind why it becomes why the sign becomes east, right? Since we have only the limitation, right? So in order for us to obtain the value, so we should subtract the added value of the longitude from and the difference of longitude to 360 degrees in order for us to obtain the exact value of the longitude in, which is represented by this broken arrow here. So we are already on the opposite side, since this difference of longitude is 22 degrees Am I correct? 20, no, no, sorry. 13, 13 degrees. 08 minutes 46 seconds. Alright. So, how much would be the remaining value for to reach 180? So, it took only 1 degree and how many seconds? And then, after that, it will be already on the opposite, opposite side. Alright? So, that would be the explanation. Okay, let's proceed with another example. I know that you can further understand it with the illustration. So that is why again um, I am always so that's why we have always so that's why we are always discussing this illustration after solving the problem in order for us to fully understand how does it uh, how did we derive from the answer. Alright, so okay, so next example would be a vessel sailed from longitude 040 degrees 15 minutes west and made a difference of longitude of 22 degrees 05 minutes westerly. Find the longitude of arrival. So in this case, we have west and west uh, longitude from and a westerly difference of longitude, which means that we are going on a westerly direction or uh, counterclockwise direction. Right. So we will be adding the given longitude of departure to the difference of longitude. So they have here 62 degrees 20 minutes east, right? So why did we do that? Why did we add the difference of longitude? That is because we have westerly direction and we are on the west side, right? So to further understand it, this one, we have the illustration. So if this is the longitude which we came from, and then this is the difference of longitude, which is westerly, of course. So meaning counterclockwise direction. That's why we have the blue arrow to represent the direction westerly. So this broken line arrow here represents the answer, which is 62 degrees 20 minutes still west because we are still inside the west side of the globe, right? So let's go to the next example. So let's go to the other side, but in different circumstance. So we have here a vessel sailed from longitude 090 degrees 00 minutes east, so exactly. Then made a difference of longitude of 30 degrees 30 minutes westerly. So we need to figure out the longitude of arrival. So we have 090 degrees 00 minutes east, longitude of origin, or the longitude which we came from, and a westerly difference of longitude 30 degrees 30 minutes. So since the direction is opposite to the side, which is east, therefore we will be subtracting this one since we have a counterclockwise direction. So if we have a counterclockwise direction, it means that it is less than 90 degrees, of course, no? The longitude of arrival will be less than 90 degrees, less than 30 degrees 30 minutes. That is what it means. So let's have the answer. Okay, so we have subtracted the value, then we have 90 degrees. So since we have 0 degrees, 0 minutes value for the minutes here, that's why we need to borrow 60 minutes or 1 degree to 90 degrees. So that's why we only have 89 degrees left, and we have 60 minutes here. So subtracted to 30, that's why we have 30. And then since we only have 89 degrees left because we have borrowed the 1 degree, which is equivalent to 60 minutes that we gave here. So therefore we have only 89 minus 30, that would be 59 degrees. Am I correct? Okay. So the design for the answer will be east because we are still inside the eastern part of the globe. All right. So to further understand why we have the east direction, I mean the east sign. So let's have the illustration. So we have here the longitude of origin or the longitude which we came from, and then we have the difference of longitude which is on the westerly direction. That's why we have the color blue here to coincide the westerly direction. So we are going on a counterclockwise direction, which means that we have a less than 90 degrees because we are going on a counterclockwise direction. Because if we are going to have a clockwise direction, it would be much more higher than the value of the longitude of origin or the longitude which we came from. So again, we have the difference of longitude, which is 20, how much? We have 30, no? 30 degrees and 30 minutes westerly, right? So that would result to this value here, which is the longitude of arrival. And as you notice, it is still inside the eastern part of the globe. Huh? But if the value of the difference of longitude is greater than the value of the longitude which we came from, so automatically we will not anymore be in eastern part of the globe, but instead we are going on the opposite side anymore if we will have the western or westerly direction. Huh? So again, if we will have a value of difference of longitude which is more than the value of the given longitude of origin or the longitude which we came from, automatically we will have the longitude of arrival in the opposite side, of the globe. So next example. Now, in these following examples, we are going to figure out the longitude which we came from and not the longitude of arrival. So it will be the opposite. So a ship makes a difference of longitude of 4 degrees 26 minutes easterly and arrive at 4 degrees 26 minutes east. So where did the ship longitude from? So in this example, we are going to subtract the value of the difference of longitude because we have the same so we have east and we have here the easterly direction, right? So in that case we will be subtracting these two, so we only have, okay, so we will be at the meridian 00 degrees, right? So we have this illustration. So we have okay, so we have this given here, which is 04 degrees. The 04 degrees, I'm sorry, 04 degrees 26 minutes east, right? Now we are going to trace, no, where did the vessel came. So we have a westerly difference of longitude. So we are going to trace this one. Okay. So if this is the easterly direction, I'm sorry, this if this is the easterly direction, then which means that this broken line arrow here, which is pointing to the 00 degrees or the prime meridian, this is the place of origin, right? So that would be the answer. So 00 degrees prime meridian. So this one doesn't have any symbol because we have the meridian without symbol, no? So of course meridian doesn't have any symbol. So let's proceed to the next example. A ship makes a difference of longitude 4 degrees 26 minutes easterly and arrive at 178 degrees 30 minutes west. So the same problem, we need to figure out the longitude of the longitude which it came from. So we have longitude of arrival, which is 178 degrees 30 minutes west, and we have the difference of longitude, which is easterly direction, 4 degrees 26 minutes. So in this case, since we have easterly direction and we are on the uh, west side, we have arrived at the west side. uh, so it means that we need to add these two, and we are going to subtract the answer to 360 degrees in order for us to determine the longitude of origin. This is longitude of origin. Right. So this is longitude of origin. Alright, so how did we get the answer? We have 182 degrees. So simply adding these two, we have 56, we have 182, subtracted to 360 degrees. That's why we have 177 degrees 04 minutes. Alright, so since we have this given, we have 178 degrees west longitude of arrival. So this is where we arrive. So we are trying to figure out where did we came from by simply adding our difference of longitude, which is 4 degrees 20 minutes, and this is in easterly direction. So we are going to trace back. So if this is 4 degrees, then this broken line arrow here would be the longitude which we came from, or we are going to add the value and subtract it to the add the value of difference of longitude and the given longitude of arrival, and the result would also be subtracted to 360 degrees in order for us to determine the exact value of the longitude of arrival through this broken line arrow here. So as you can observe, we are already on the opposite side of the globe, which is on the east side. That's why we have the answer, which is 177 degrees 04 minutes east. Okay, so I hope that this discussion, though it's quite long, will help you to analyze the problem which your current instructor is giving you. So if you have more inquiries, I am very well pleased to answer you. So please just feel free to comment your your queries, your problems, so that I will be able to assist you. So that would be all for today. So thank you for being with me again. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and share this video to your friends, classmates, and colleagues.